I love my sleep. My life has a tendency to fall apart when I'm awake. So what keeps you up at night? Is it like a song playing all night long, stuck in your head, things you should have done, things you could have, should have said? Forgive and forgetting. Life's too short to let hate hang around. Sometimes I wonder, is this the last summer? I go fishing with my daddy. In 20 years from now, if I'm still here, will my beautiful wife still have me? These are the voices that won't leave me alone, questions I can't put down. What keeps you up at night? What makes your heart beat wild? What weighs on your mind and leaves you paralyzed? What keeps you up at night? See, I believe in God with all my heart. Sometimes I doubt and wonder, and I know that'd break Mama's heart. And that weighs on me like thunder. Are these the best days of my life? And when tomorrow comes, will the skies open up and blow my mind? What makes you take a stand? What makes you get up and dance? Makes you cry or laugh and raise your hands to the sky? What keeps you up at night? For all the times I've run, the things I've done, if I'd really been forgiving, do I really know the meaning of this beautiful life I'm living? Well, hell yeah, I do. And for me, it's my kids. And what do they learn from me? Will they take the good or take the bad? What keeps you up at night? What makes your heart beat wild? What weighs on your mind and leaves you paralyzed? What keeps you up at night? Hi, this is Greg Starkman with Platinum Method Coaching. This is another installment of your Blueprint for Success. Today I want to talk about what keeps you up at night. I want to dispel some of the myths and confirm some of the realities. I still have fond memories when I was young, my father often telling me, "Hey Greg, you're burning the candle at both ends." I wish I could do that now. In my previous life, when I was in finance, I'd ask clients, "What keeps you up at night?" Oftentimes, they'd respond with things like family problems, retirement, getting old, or running out of money. And occasionally, some very interesting things would come up about dreams that they were having, or other themes that were quite provocative. Some were downright disturbing. And it happened often enough that I made it my mission to do some research, to educate myself, partially to help my clients, but also for my own edification. We've all been stressed out about something that affects our sleep. There are many parts of our lives that can cause anxiety and negatively affect our sleep. Some of the most common are jobs, finance, relationships, health, lack of time, lack of fulfillment, trapped in a difficult family situation, hostile work environment, lack of career prospects. I mean, the list goes on and on. Sometimes we cannot sleep for reasons we're not even aware of. So what can we do about it? Well, we can start by becoming mindful of the problem. Then we can formulate some solutions. But first, let's explore the myths about sleeping, and then I'll provide some practical solutions to help you cope with a world that's getting busier and faster every single day. We've all heard the old wives' tales about what we can do when we can't fall asleep. Remedies like counting sheep or taking a drink. Well, today I want to take you past the myths and look at what the sleep doctor experts actually have to say about it. You know that drinking too much can mean a bad night's sleep. But how about just one glass of wine or a nip of bourbon before bed? That couldn't hurt, right? Well, actually it does. You may fall asleep fine, but as little as one drink can impair your sleep quality. The alcohol can interfere with the deep, restful stages of sleep, the ones that let you wake up feeling rejuvenated. The idea that one drink at bedtime is harmless is just one of the sleep myths that might be robbing you of your quality sleep, therefore reducing your energy and your mental focus. Here are a few more of the more common ones and what you can do about it. The first one, that Thomas Edison, Leonardo da Vinci, and Mozart excelled on only a few hours of sleep. So you can too, right? While it's true that some people, maybe including the three I just mentioned, have a rare genetic abnormality that lets them do well in very little sleep. If you have the anomaly, you most likely would know it, as you would wake every morning feeling refreshed after only 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Well, if you want to know for sure, what you can do is, when your schedule permits, for example, when you're on vacation, let yourself fall asleep at whatever time you feel tired, and get up whenever you feel fresh and awake. Don't set any alarm, and do this for a week or more. The amount of sleep you get on those nights is an approximation of the amount that your body really needs, which for most people is between 6 and 8 hours. The next myth is that people require less sleep as they age. The truth is, we do sleep less deeply and wake up sooner as we age, but that's because we have more trouble sleeping. And the result is usually that we're less alert and focused. Not to mention unintentional napping while watching TV or reading. What you should do if you can't get enough sleep at night is schedule early afternoon naps to avoid poorly timed or unplanned naps or loss of mental sharpness. Another myth you may have heard or even experienced is that you don't sleep at all on some nights. The reality is that we sometimes feel or imagine we've laid in bed all night without getting a wink of sleep. But that's usually not accurate. Most likely, you drifted off at least once or twice and woke up within a few hours each time. People who wake up during the early stages of sleep often believe that they never fell asleep at all. If you want to find out how much sleep you're really getting, wear a sleep tracking device to bed. Most wearable fitness trackers include a sleep tracking function. Now, if you do find out after using your sleep tracker that you sleep less than 5 hours a night, and you wake up for more than 30 seconds, more than twice an hour, and wake up feeling unrefreshed, you probably should see a sleep specialist about possible insomnia. Myth: sleeping in on weekends can help me live longer. Well, that's how a lot of news articles covered a new study published in the Journal of Sleep Research. And technically it's true, but only compared to people who always sleep 5 hours or less on weeknights. And they partially made up for it by sleeping in on weekends. The truth is that unless you get very little sleep throughout the week, regularly oversleeping on weekends is actually bad for your health. You can't entirely make up for sleep loss during the week. Research shows that you'll have worse reaction time, behind the wheel, for example, diminished mental capacity. Plus, too much weekend sleep can throw off your sleep-wake schedule, so it's hard to fall asleep early enough on a Sunday night, which messes up your schedule for the following week. We call that social jet lag. In fact, studies find that a pattern of sleeping in more than 2 additional hours on weekends is linked to a rise in blood fats called triglycerides, increasing the risk for diabetes, weight gain, and depressed mood. But don't panic. Sleeping in an hour or so on Saturday or Sunday is fine. Here's another myth. When I can't fall asleep, the best thing I can do is stay in bed. The truth is that chances are you'll get frustrated, which makes it even worse and makes it harder to fall asleep. If you've been lying in bed for 25 minutes or longer and you sense your frustration rising, get out of bed and do something you find relaxing until you feel sleepy. Like reading a book or a magazine, but do it in a chair. And don't get on your smartphone or tablet. Now, if you do feel relaxed and not frustrated, then it's okay to just lay there in bed until you drift off. Now, let's talk about those sheep. We all heard that counting sheep is a time-tested strategy for falling asleep. Truth is, it's time to put the sheep back in the barn. Counting them won't reduce the time you need to fall asleep, according to research at Oxford. Counting sheep, or anything else you might imagine, requires so little brain power that you can still ruminate about other matters that are probably keeping you awake. Engaging your brain as a distraction can help you fall asleep faster, but it needs to be something more involved. For example, try counting backwards by threes starting at 300. It's boring enough to promote drowsiness, but requires sufficient brain power to deter your mind from wandering to other matters. Next myth is that a warm, cozy bedroom is conducive to sleep. The truth is that when the body is warm, it produces less melatonin, which is a hormone that helps the sleep cycle. There is one exception, however. There's some evidence that keeping your feet warm, wearing socks for example, can induce sleepiness. Now what you could do is try setting your bedroom temperature a little cooler at night, maybe between 65 and 72. The optimal temperature for most people is 68 to 72. When you have trouble falling asleep, try lowering it a few degrees at a time to see if that helps. Here's a favorite. A warm glass of milk helps me fall asleep. Well, milk contains tryptophan, which is an amino acid that can be conducive to sleep. But you'd have to drink about 1.5 gallons of milk to have any significant sleep benefit from tryptophan. People may feel sleepy when they drink warm milk because they associate the beverage with comforting memories of a loved one putting them to bed in childhood. So if drinking warm milk helps you fall asleep, go ahead and do it. Just be aware the sleep benefits are purely psychological. That doesn't mean they're any less real, however. The good news is, if you're lactose intolerant, warm soy milk or almond milk should work just as well. It's the feeling of comfort, not the actual milk, that matters. Now that we've looked at some of the myths, I want to share some ideas to help you relax during the day, so when it comes time for bed, if you've already released the stress from the day, you're more likely to sleep well. The first, of course, is meditation and breathing exercises. If you don't know how to meditate, I'm very happy to help you with that. Ideally, it'd be great if you can incorporate meditation into your daily routine. Nothing is better for reducing stress and providing inner peace. Now that also includes breathing exercises. You need to harness the power of your inner strength and take control of your body, and meditating and breathing is the best way to do this. I've devoted an entire section to meditating and breathing in another section, so we'll come back to that one if you don't know how. So what else can you do to get more restful sleep? Well, you can always get a change of scenery. Go for a walk to a beach or a park. Fresh air can do wonders to help you relax. Also, set aside some time for yourself. Try to find a peaceful, quiet place. Just take a few minutes if you can, just to clear your head of all your thoughts. Another thing you should do anyway is exercise regularly, and this includes both cardio and resistance. Nothing is better to get your brain moving and your body following suit. Of course, it's good to eat plenty of fruit and fresh vegetables. You can also try prayer. Quiet reflection is always good. Another technique you can use is called centering, which allows you to focus on the here and now. It takes energy away from your outside concerns, your negative thoughts, and focuses everything internally. Cousin of centering is yoga. There are many different types of yoga classes. We'll discuss that another time as well. Next, if there's something on your mind, if you have a conflict with someone else, the best way to solve a problem is to talk things out, get them out in the open. Instead of you keeping it inside of your head and keeping you up, get it out there and resolve it. Another thought is maintain a positive outlook. Remember to strive to always use your anabolic energy and not your catabolic energy. This will help you with sleeping as well as many other functions in life. Another idea is reading. It's good both for distraction and for knowledge and inspiration. Another one is sharing intimacy with your partner. They will appreciate it, and you'll both sleep better. Also, don't forget, count your blessings. Even on your worst days, we have many things to be thankful for. Spend time with an animal friend. Petting a cat or playing with a dog can be immensely helpful for relieving stress. And they love it, and you'll love it. Don't forget to have some fun and a few laughs. When's the last time you were laughing so hard that your stomach hurt? Watch your favorite comedy or visit a comedy club. Maybe sometimes it'll be just what you need. Don't forget to pace yourself. Don't try to do too much at one time. Another idea is do a puzzle. Whether you prefer Sudoku or a crossword puzzle, focusing your energy on critical thinking tasks provides a great distraction from stressors. You can also escape through music. Playing, singing, or just listening to your favorite tunes will surely bring a smile to your face. Aromatherapy is another way of doing it. Inhaling certain scents has been shown to produce a calming effect. If you're a coffee drinker, make sure you switch to decaf. Sometimes the jolt you get from caffeine can be enough to put you over the edge all by itself. Get a massage. It's hard to think about anything other than good thoughts after you've had a good rub down. Now, if your time is truly limited and you can't break away, you can always get a phone app made specifically to help you detach for a few minutes. There are plenty of apps for your phone that can help you relax, though I recommend doing this only when all other suggestions don't seem practical, you don't have enough time, or the space, you just can't do it. Now, if everything I've recommended so far still hasn't worked, you still can't sleep, here are a couple of more techniques, and they're fully approved by the Sandman. The first is a breathing exercise. It's called the 4-7-8. What you do is you breathe through your nose for 4 seconds, then you hold your breath for 7 seconds, then you slowly breathe out through your mouth for 8 seconds, and then you repeat the process. And what this does, it starts clearing your mind, your body starts functioning, it starts focusing on your breathing, and then all your other thoughts seem to slip away. It acts like a natural tranquilizer by slowing down your heart rate. It's subtle at first, the gains, but it works better and better with practice, so the more you use it, the more you get out of it. Here's one you may find interesting. You can hypnotize your way to a deep sleep. Now, get that image of the creepy guy with his pocket watch swinging back and forth until you bark like a dog out of your head. I'm talking about watching a 5-minute hypnosis video while tucked in your bed. YouTube is full of them. Just search for hypnosis for sleep. It might sound a bit far-fetched, but believe it or not, researchers from both University of Zurich and Freiburg they've verified the evidence. Their 2014 study on the subject concluded that hypnosis can actually increase the quality of your sleep. Imagine that. Finally, and this is another last resort solution, make like an astronaut. I know before I told you put your phone away before bed, but if nothing else works, we can make an exception here. Try to drown the noise out of your fighting neighbors or their barking dogs with an app like Sleep Genius. The underlying technology has been tested and used by NASA to help astronauts fall asleep. If it's good enough for the space program, it should be good enough for you. Your dreams are your hopes, and your nightmares are your fears. If something's going to keep you up awake at night, let it be the fear of not following your dreams. Well, all this talk about sleep's gotten me pretty relaxed. So before the Sandman gets me to call it a day, this is Greg from Platinum Method Coaching signing off. We help people find meaning and success in their lives by aligning their talents with their passions, enabling them to realize their full potential, as well as fall asleep. We offer personalized coaching for career change or effecting positive change in any area of your life. Remember, you know you're in love when you can't fall asleep, because the reality is finally better than your dreams. So if you have any dreams about bringing balance back into your life, call us at 800-217-7113. You can also email me at greg@platinummethodcoaching.com or visit the website platinummethodcoaching.com or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. So until next time, remember, the more you dream, the further you'll get. So make it a great day.